Hi everyone, sorry I'm so late coming on. I'm trying to sort the tech out because it's not shared yet again, which is a real problem because it's not on the group as it should be and on the page. So even when I refresh the page, it's still not coming up. So I am going to have to just share this out. So really sorry. Put in the comment while I'm faffing around, just chat among yourselves in the comments and put where you're from and have a think about what kind of totem animal that you're particularly attracted to tonight. And what I was thinking of doing was doing group readings to start with, in terms of if there's a few people wanting a particular animal. Hopefully that's done. Then I'll do a reading for that group of people. Okay, and if it works, what I'm hoping to do from that is pick one of the people that I've from that group of animals, and then sort of do some mediumship with them. Okay, so a few hellos to start with. Hello, Jamie. Hi, Tahini. Hi, Erin. Oh, I haven't seen your name on here before. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Mystic Road. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, Tahini. Oh, gosh. Have a coffee. Hi, Diane. We are only getting... Oh, we've got Karen on Facebook. Hi, Karen. You're the sole Facebook person. So I have no idea what's happening with Facebook tonight. So what I'm doing is the totem animal readings. I'm using the totems from my new book, Totem Universal Spirit, Totem Animals. And as you can see, it's a whole range. I've got 129 animals now, because when I first did these readings, people kept asking for robins, and I didn't have a robin, so I've put a robin in there now as well. And Linda, 6:30 in the morning at New Zealand. Well, Linda, you're the first one I've actually seen. Tell me what totem you would like, so let's go for that. If you're not sure of what totem you want, let me know. I'll just then you can go to my website and look at findmeamedium.com/animal totem, and it will automatically bring you up a totem. The universe will decide, kind of thing. Okay. Oh, Katie, you've chosen an owl as well. So this is for both Linda and Katie. And look at that beautiful owl. Isn't he gorgeous? Okay. The archetype of the owl is the seer. So you're obviously, both of you, interested. Well, you wouldn't be here if you weren't interested in sort of psychic and development. But it's going beyond the surface. You want to find out and dig a little further into it. And with that, it's about finding out more about yourself. And that's your soul journey. That's your spiritual path that you're wanting to find out more. And with that, what I'd say to everybody who's interested in evolving along your spiritual path, go inwards. Don't look out. Go inwards. Meditate, journal. If you don't know what journaling is, it's just taking prompts from the world around you. There is journal prompts linked to each of our totems. So the journal prompt with the owl is, what truth am I ready to see more clearly within myself? Okay, and use that for during the day. Choose a different totem, just a different journaling journaling point at the beginning of each day, and see how the events of the day help you answer and write about that part of you and that development part. I can see we're still not on Facebook, so let me just see what on earth is happening with Facebook, and why that's not happening on there. Sorry, everybody. Unless we just haven't got people from the Facebook tonight anyway, which is unusual because we normally get more people on Facebook than we do on. I'll tell you what, I'll just share it to my feed and that'll do it. Okay. Right, where was I? So, Katie and Lynn. The other part of soul development, spiritual path development, is around your shadow work. Okay, so overthinking things at times and really taking a scientific and in-depth view can actually skew you off. A lot of this is about soul thinking, going into yourself. Okay, Katie, as I'm working with you, I'm being made aware of a lady, and I know, Linda, you're there as well, but so please listen in case it's for you, Lynn, but I think I'm with Katie. I've got a lady coming in, and she's giving me the impression of feeling quite slender in the build, and she's, oh, okay. I feel she's actually more of a helper, a guide in the spirit world for you, Katie. Katie, when you sit in meditation and when you reach out to spirit, don't reach out to spirit, allow them to come in. Do you sometimes feel yourself being made thinner, or feel yourself being thinner than you usually are? Because I feel it's this lady that's coming close to you that helps you with your spiritual work, okay? And she's a beautiful blue color, and she's just really shining, okay? Really shining. It comes in with this really calm, really loving energy, I want to say, okay? So watch out for this lady. I feel you've been asking for more guidance about people who are helping you, and the spirit that is helping you. And I feel that this is why she's come in, to actually say, well, it's me, and this is how I will make you feel when I come close, so you know that I'm working with you. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. You have been asking for guidance. That's lovely. I'm only going to do very short ones today because I want to get through as many people as possible. Okay, so Katie, thank you. Linda, I am being drawn back to you. Are you still here, please? And on that note, people, can you keep commenting so I know that you're still here? It just, because I'm doing my own admin, it's difficult to go back through the comments. So just keep commenting so I know you're still here and know that you want a reading. So Linda Swan. Linda, I feel I've got a grandmother here, and she's making, oh, you are lovely. She's making me aware of problems with her teeth, particularly her upper back teeth there, as though she would have worn dentures. Okay. She's making me aware of the rings that she would wear. She had a few different rings. One was her mother's, and that was particularly meaningful for her. She's making me aware of, I've been on the edge of a headache most of the afternoon, and I was aware that it was actually spirit building up for tonight. So I asked them to lift it, but it's suddenly come back. So it was, Linda, it was obviously your grandmother that's been with me this afternoon, because now I'm working with you, it's gone back. And I feel that it wouldn't have just been about suffering headaches in her life, but it would have been around problems that she had prior to her passing place as well. And I feel that she's giving me the sense of a good age, what she would class as a good age. Now that's changed over the times, isn't it? That people now think it's unusual to pass in your 60s, where actually it used to be 60s, 70s people used to pass, isn't it? And now people are much more expecting to live into their 80s, 90s. So I feel probably she would have been in her 70s, and that would have been a good age for her. You would understand the 4 children, either her being one of 4 children or having 4 children. And she's giving me the smell of smoke around. As I said, smoke. I thought I was going to say coal, but I said smoke. So I do want the smoke because that's what I said, and it's her that's saying that. And but the smell of coal as well. So I feel that she must have lived in a coal town, a town where there would have been mining for coal. She's giving me the sense of being a bit bigger than me, so I would want a size 18 or 20, something like that. Is this making sense, Linda, please? Because if it's not making sense to you, I need to open it up to other people here, okay? Because she's quite strongly connected to me at the moment, and she's going back to these rings and this one special ring that was from her mum. Is this making sense at all, please, Linda? If not, don't worry. Well, I'm just waiting. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Diane. Hi. Oh, I've already said hello to Erin and Tahini. And Melissa as well. Linda, I'm not getting any response from you, so you can take some of this. Okay. It is helpful to know what, because if I know what it doesn't match, I can go back to her to find out where I've misinterpreted what she's giving me. Okay. Because I work a lot with symbols and senses and my memories, and that's how they interact with me, by triggering certain memories, etc. Nicola Jane, you can take headaches and a ring from her. I don't feel it was a ring from her. I feel it was a ring that she wore from her mother, not a grandmother. Okay, so thank you for that. Linda, I'm going to move on to what she's coming through for. She's taking me back to the headaches and saying that you would understand around you things have been a bit of a headache. And I mean symbolically, things have been a bit of a headache, that things haven't been working out right for you, that you're struggling to get places and doors are being closed, and you're just really fed up with things that are happening around you at the moment. And she's come and just trying to take that headache away, and just, it's okay. It's okay. We'll keep everything calm and just accept what you can around you. Use this owl that I've given you, the totem owl, and the affirmation, what if I trust the wisdom that rises in stillness and shadow? Okay, so find a place of stillness within yourself, and then just go with that feeling and let the chaos of the world just happen around, because you're okay inside. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Okay, let's see who else we've got and what we're asking for. Let's see who I'm attracted to. Diane, you've asked for a cat. Okay, so let's show you the picture of the cat. I always like to show the pictures of the cat, pictures, because I think they hold so much information, just the pictures themselves. So I know, Diane, from the fact that you've chosen a cat, that you are very much a home bird, and there's family there, because I'm being drawn to this little baby kitten underneath the cat, and family being so important. There's the 4 candles there, so I know, in fact, it's 2 lots of 2. Okay, so you would understand where Diane, there's 2 lots of 2 children. Okay, the overriding thing I feel for you at the moment, Diane, is just to make yourself comfortable. Okay, that there's just this overriding feeling of needing to be comforted, needing home comforts and things that tie you to home. Okay, but within that, Erin, you wanted a cat as well. Well, Erin, listen out for this, because with totems, they will bring the whole vibration to the people that are drawn to them at that time. So anybody that is drawn to a cat at this time will be able to take a lot of what I'm saying. Okay, so please do take that too. Okay. Diane, what I'd say with this as well, that you're extremely independent person, because as well as this home bird and being, I don't want to say tied with the children, but with responsibilities of the children. Dan, again, if you can continue commenting, that would be good, please. There's this independent streak in you, that you like to get things done, and therefore you able to rely on yourself to get those done. And Erin, would you understand that as well, this really strong independent streak, that I'm going to get this done, I will be able to get this done by myself, and let's get forward and get this sorted. Okay, because the cat is very much independent in that way. Okay, Erin. Yeah, so Erin, if you can take this as well. So Diane, you won't let anyone do anything for me. The shadow side of that is that when we don't allow others to help, it means that they haven't got that feeling of helping. And there's a lot of people out there that like to help. And they feel pushed away if you don't allow them to help. So especially when it comes to family, when it comes to children, they do like to help, and it's part of that bonding as well. So yes, you've got this independent streak, but look at areas where you would feel safe in allowing other people to help out for you. Okay, and see the difference in relationships when that happens. Okay, I'll leave that. I was going to say I'll leave that with you, Diane, but I have got a lady coming in as well, and this lady I feel is an aunt. But an aunt that you would recognize certain characteristics being very similar. That she was a very, very independent person. I don't feel that she ever got married, but if she did, then there wouldn't have been children. and the relationship, she was in charge of the relationship. Okay. And this and is quite determined in how she wanted her life and her world to be, and she was quite successful in that because she was so single-minded with it. She didn't really have many close friends, and I feel that she suffered quite a bit at the end, and actually spent a lot of time at the end feeling quite lonely. Okay. And she does regret that actually towards the end of her life, the power and position actually didn't matter. What mattered was the friends. Okay. And I think with this, she's taking that back to letting people help. Okay. Because again, she pushed away all types of help that were being offered. So I'll leave you with that, Diane, and thank you for working with me. Tracy, I know this isn't a totem reading for you, but I am being drawn to give you a reading about your nan. Okay. Right. Thank you for that, but I'm probably better not engaging my mind with information. Okay. I'm quite happy for people to respond to information I've given, whether it's right or wrong, but don't feed me, I've had my tea. Right. Okay. And that's a general thing for people as well. If you go to a medium and they want information about the person that they're going to read for you, no, it doesn't work like that at all. They're fishing. And that's where cold readings start. And, you know, proper mediums like me and other people on this channel get bad reputations because people will use information that they've gathered from you. Okay. Right, Nan. As I'm linking in with the lady here, I'm hoping I'm linking with Nan for you. She's making me aware of her breathing being difficult prior to her passing and feeling very, very tired, very fatigued. And again, this headache, no wonder I had a headache all afternoon. The first two people have coming in with headaches. I feel that she again would have been on the cuddly side. So again, I want around a size 18, size 20, that kind of size lady. I feel that she liked her food. She did like her food, and sort of plain cooked food. She's talking about plain food, cooked food, and the Sunday dinners and pies. She's talking about pies that she liked, and a standby was the jacket potatoes as well. Okay, so I hope that this is making sense, Tracy. Thank you for the feedback. And she had this incredible smile on her face as well. She's making my face light up because I feel that's how she was, that she loved the family around, she loved people around. She's making me aware of gynecological problems that she had at different points in her life. I feel there was 2 children and she would have loved to have more children. So but I feel that the gynae problems would have prevented her from having more children than she did. She's giving me the sense that there was a lot of love between her and her husband, your grandfather. And this love took them through some pretty awful times. And you'd understand. Was it her or your granddad that had the bowel problems as well? And that there was a lot of personal care needed and a lot of struggles, a lot of late nights and not sleeping because of pain and discomfort and worry and sickness. Okay. But they never complained, because every second, oh gosh, they're making me feel quite emotional now, because every second that they were together, they felt blessed. Okay. However, they were, oh, you can see how emotional they're making me, because I feel they're both here. Okay. And what she's wanting to say to you, Tracy, is love is there. Love is there for you. It's a two-way street, and trust is a massive part of that. And that you've lost so much trust in the past that it's time to allow trust to build again. Okay. And forgiveness as well. That there were things I think your granddad did at times that wound her up something chronic. But she forgave him as he forgave her. Okay. So trust that love can happen. It happened so much for your nan and your granddad, that they were so bonded, and trust that that can happen for you. Okay. It's about sharing. It's about forgiveness. And it's about trust. And I will leave you with her love. And thank you so much for allowing this beautiful lady to come through. Thank you, Tracy. Okay. Okay, let's do another totem reading. So if you can pop in the posts about totems. What I should have done is done a link for, I think I have, to my website where you can get your totems. There we are. At the bottom of the screen. Bottom of the screen there. There's the website, findmeamedium.com/animal totems. If you don't know what totem to ask for, go onto there. And as soon as you go onto the page, it loads up a totem for you. Okay. You're welcome, Tracy. So have a look on there and find what the universe is bringing you totem-wise, unless you already know what you want. Tahini, you've been here from the start and you've been asking for whatever. You've decided on turtle now, so let's give you a turtle. Okay. Where's a turtle? Out of 129, I've got most animals, you'll find. Isn't he wonderful? I'm very much a sea creature. And any sea creature is very much emotional based as well. And you can see the turbulence around this turtle at the moment. But he's coming through it. Absolutely coming through it. Okay. So Tahini, I know. There we are. You will understand coming out of, you are busy coming out of a period of disruption in your life, a period of unrest, a period of things just not working very well. Okay. But as with the turtle, it's a symbol of patience. It's a symbol of longevity. It's a symbol of just keeping on at your own pace. Okay. Don't let people rush you. Okay. Turtle just takes its time. So take your time in your decisions. There's an element that turtle does go with the flow of the oceans. So watch out and be attuned to the flow of the universe around you. Look out for those signs and symbols that are always around you, and see what direction they're taking you in. I feel sometimes doors are put there for us to sort of ponder over and struggle against and to learn something. But I feel the attunement that you have in the flow of the world means that you recognize that a closed door means a closed door, and just ignore it and move on to the next thing. And don't be fooled by something that appears to be so attractive behind that closed door, okay? Because it's just an illusion, just pure illusion, okay? If it's a closed door, if it's not happening, then move on. Find where that door is open, and you'll be able to walk straight through and find, I want to say, your home, and as much your spiritual home and sense of home. You know, when you just go somewhere and it just feels right. This is what I'm getting for you. That just follow that flow. Okay, I've got spirit coming in, and they're saying home's always inside anyway. Home's always inside for you anyway, because you feel attached to, as you said, your tribe. Okay, and that is your home. Okay, and I've got a gentleman here whose prior to his passing, his temperature regulation just went totally askew. He would get all sweaty and hot, and then get the shivers, even though the temperature was staying the same. And I feel that there was organ failure prior to his passing. I feel quite elderly with this gentleman, so I feel that this would have been a grandfather or grandfather figure to you, an elder that would have held a lot of esteem to you. And you were very much seen as his little one, okay? Very, very precious to him, okay? He brings in much love to you, and you would smell him around you. There's a kind of wooden smoke kind of smell that comes around, but it's quite fragrant. It's not acrid. It's a fragrant one. So you know when he's around you because of this smell that comes around, and that's very much him making you aware of his presence. So I will leave you with his love, and thank you for working with me. Okay, hi Jasmine Stone. Hi Jamie, you've asked for a dolphin. You never explained. Well, it's Grandpa. Okay, so that's your smell. All right. If people can post in their totems. So Jamie, you want a dolphin? Also, Charlene, a wolf. Tiffany, is that an elephant that you've got? I'm drawn to that elephant, so I'm going to take it, Tiffany. That is you asking for an elephant. All right. So elephant. Let's show you the elephant. There's some absolutely lovely images in here. For people new on, I am using my new book, Animal Totems, Universal Spirit, for the animals. Okay, there's 129 different totems in there, and you can see the beautiful pictures. Okay, so Elephants are very much the wisdom keepers. That's their archetype. They are slow. They are take the longest to look after their children. They don't like their children going. They are slow movers in general, but I don't know if you've seen some of these videos of elephants running when they sense one of their tribe is in danger, but they can move fast when they want to. Okay. And they are fiercely protective. And I feel that Tiffany, that's why you're drawn to the elephant at this time. I feel that you need this protection around you. You feel that. I'm not saying that you do need it. I'm saying that that's what you feel like. Would you understand that? Okay. I feel that there has been a lot of, okay, sorry, there's a lady in spirit who's giving me words to say, and usually I wouldn't say exactly the way she's saying it, but because it's her that's saying it, oh well, she's saying a lot of mistakes have been made in the past. Okay, a lot of mistakes, but you know what, we learn from our mistakes. Wisdom comes from mistakes. If we never make mistakes, we never learn. You know, that it's something bizarre that happens in our teenage years when we stop feeling we can make mistakes, and we get embarrassed and we feel it's wrong and all the rest of it. And it's not. Mistakes are really important, and wrong decisions are really important too, because they give us wisdom. And this is what the elephant is about as well. The elephant gives us wisdom. So yes, there's been a lot of mistakes in the past, but it's through those mistakes that you can now move forward, and using the knowledge of the past and reflecting back, well, what happened in this situation before? Let's not do that again. All right. And being able to use that knowledge to move forward. Okay. I'm being drawn to give you the affirmation, so I'll have to read that, because 129, I'm not going to remember all of them, all exactly word for word. So the affirmation is, what if I move steadily with the strength of those who walked before me? Okay. So that's, for me, is saying, use your own learning, but also look at the people around you and the mistakes they've made in their lives, and use that to your own benefit, and see, well, actually, when they did that happened, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. So use that learning, actually think about the processes, and you'll be on point there. Okay. Wonderful animal, very protective, and it very much but coming around you and giving you the protection that you feel you need. Okay. So thank you for working with me with that, Tiffany. Okay. Oh, Jasmine, as you popped up there straight away, eagle. Okay. Eagle. If, as I said at the beginning, if other people feel that they are drawn to the same totem, then do listen, because they will be, oh, you're obsessed with the elephants. Okay. Well, it's a natural affinity there. Natural affinity. Okay. So, oh, where have you gone? I've lost you now. Who was the eagle for? Who's the eagle for? Where have you gone? Jasmine. There we are. Okay. So, eagle. Eagle very much is a totem of looking, having that bird's eye view. Eagle sits above the world, doesn't it? And looks down on the world. So it's about looking and finding that bigger picture for you, okay? It's about looking for the inner messages and that truth and spiritual insight. And rising above limitations as well. I want to say that you've grown up, I want to say, feeling limited in many ways, that whether it's the expectations of people around you limited you, or whether you, because of a lady in your past, I want to say, that was very critical of you, you've then got a super critical thought in your head against yourself. And it's the eagle is helping you to break out of that, okay? Break out of those limitations, yeah. Break out of those limitations and move away, fly away like the eagle, okay? And you recognize intuitively the strength of the eagle, that bigger picture I want to go back to as well, that actually the bigger picture with your mum was that she had her own problems and she was brought up in a certain way, but different from you. I feel she was absolutely spoilt by her father, you know, and therefore the world never met her expectations. She was so spoilt, she felt the world revolved around her, and having a child made her realise the world didn't always revolve around her, and that came out in this hypercritical way that she was with you, okay? And being able to understand where that came from and deal with that, and it will enable you, like that eagle, to soar away from those limitations, those bounds that were tied to you from childhood. That's where our shadow work comes in, okay, of recognizing that what decisions we're making because of us in the past and previous things that have happened to us. And we can use that shadow work. You would understand, sorry, I'll have a drink because you would understand a lady in spirit that had problems with her throat, and her throat was very dry. And I want to say, yeah, so you understand totally with that. But you would understand this lady in spirit place that had the problems with the throat and very dryness of the throat. And she's given me the impression that she smoked. And this would have affected her throat and that smoking. And it's talking about a mouth as well, okay? I feel that this lady felt, would this have been grandmother place? She's not very tall and not very big, size-wise. I only want a size 8 or even 6. Very, very slender lady. And she was quite timid in her personality. She didn't feel as though she could push her opinions on people. And she didn't feel capable of putting the support and protection around that perhaps you needed. Yeah. And that came again from how she'd been treated. Okay. She's talking about somebody that was very narcissistic, not on the earth plane, but in the spirit world, the gentleman, okay, and her having to deal with that. And And she's just wanting to bring that understanding in, to help you understand where everything is coming from for you at this current time, because she's saying you are ready and you are strong enough, and that eagle is a demonstration to me that you are ready and strong enough to do the shadow work that you need to break out of those patterns of self-destruction that you've had in the past. Okay, you're ready for this and you're strong enough for this. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with her love, Jasmine, and thank you for allowing me to work with you. Okay, so hi Kay-Weezy, hi Carolyn, hi Charlene, hi Jamie, hi Suzanne, and you're not sure who she is. Maybe ask Mum. Okay, give that description to Mum and see whether Mum recognises her. Jamie, I don't have a unicorn. I can have up to 130. I'm making all of these into cards, and they're going to be called awakening cards. Okay, and what they'll have is the picture on one side and the description on the other, and people can use them for readings, but also for shadow work, for journaling, basically all the activities you need around developing your own awareness. Hi Jamie. Yes, you have the boot. Thank you. Okay. Yes, Kay Weezy, I've got a butterfly. I don't know what monkey. That's what I'm drawn to. Monkey. Suzanne. Monkey. Where's the monkey? There's the monkey. There's the monkey. What a happy little job he looks. Yeah. Okay. Very much represents playfulness and curiosity. They are very much like ourselves. They share a lot of the DNA, but they're also mischievous and funny. And curious. So I know that at the moment, Suzanne, you must be really curious. Okay. Oh, Joe, you said monkey as well. So Joe, listen out as well. Anybody who's thinking monkey, it's your time to enjoy. Okay, it is really your time to enjoy. You need to find that joyfulness within yourself. Okay. And look at the situations that you find yourself in and try and find the fun in them. And I feel as though I'm saying that for both you, Joy, and it's gone already. As soon as I work with Spirit, I can't remember stuff. Oh, yes, Suzanne, that was, who else was this? You've been feeling down lately, and you really need this joy being brought back in, okay? So do look out for any signs of where you can, and that playfulness as well. I get a sense for both of you, Joe and Suzanne, that you've been through periods of feeling a bit down, and that things have been flat, okay? And it's time to have a change with that, okay? So bring that in and enjoy, okay? That needs to be your focus for the next week. Every day, get up and say, what can I do that I'm going to enjoy today? That's got to be your focus each and every day. And the minute you find that you're in a situation that, I'm not enjoying this, get out of it. You don't have to stay. Make your excuses, reschedule, whatever. If you're not feeling it, get out. The next week, your focus is joy. Okay? Enjoy. Okay, Caroline Thomas, you've asked for a deer. Okay, let's see the deer. There we are. Real proud animal. It's almost like a stag, isn't it? We have got a stag as well, but the deer is much more gentle, isn't it? And it's a, with those antlers, it's a protector as well. Yeah. And Caroline, would you understand feeling very sensitive at the moment, very fragile, very vulnerable? Okay. And also feeling as though you're being targeted in some way, that you feel as though things are you're being got at a bit. Okay. Way of dealing with that is use those antlers. Most deers you see don't have the antlers, but this does, because it reminds you that in vulnerability there is also strength. Okay, that inner strength of you. All right. And to find that strength is about going inside. Those antlers are inside. And have you watched Harry Potter? Have you read everybody's read Harry Potter. You know when Harry first does his Patronus across the lake, to himself, he doesn't realize at the time, but it's to himself, and it's a stag that comes out, and it's a reflection of his father in himself. And this is what I'm being given for you, that this is where your strength is, your father within yourself. Okay, because I've got all goose pimply with that, because I know your dad is a massive strength in your life, and he was always one for boistering you up and don't take any notice of them, that kind of thing, and you're worth more than that, and all of those so true sayings that our parents say to us that we don't always take on board and accept. But this is what he's saying. This is what he's saying to you. Use him as your Patronus, okay? And that, I've lost it now, that deer with the antlers and battle, okay? But battle with kindness, gentleness. It doesn't mean you have to go and, spear anybody with your antlers, but it does mean that, if you feel somebody is targeting you in any way or picking on you, then you just bat it off and walk away. Yeah, just bat it off and walk away. What they say is theirs, it's not yours. Okay, it's come from their mouths, not yours. So it's them that own that. Don't allow yourself to take possession of their words. Okay, let their words rattle in their ears and not yours. Okay, and you have to understand your dad's smoking at one point, but he's showing me putting out cigarettes, but he's also he's making me want to move around and feel a bit uncomfortable. So I know prior to his passing, your dad would have been a bit uncomfortable in his body, that he couldn't get comfortable. He's talking about back pain that he had. And Uncle, why is he talking about uncle? Or did your uncle have the same problems as him, his brother? And he's talking about gastro stuff because he's giving me the sense of gastro problems as well there. But just a wonderful gentleman, beautiful, wonderful gentleman, Caroline, who still very much loves you and is very, very much around you. Okay, so thank you for working with me, Caroline, and thank you for your dad coming through. Okay, before I do any more, just to remind you that I have got other groups. I do have a unicorn, do I, Jamie? Oh, well, I'm going to have to do a unicorn because of that, aren't I? I can't remember who. So who asked for the? Yes, they both had the same health. Who asked for the unicorn? And I will have a look. I lose. That's dreadful. Right, I was saying about other groups. I've got a spiritual portraits and messages group. You see, this is how bad my memory is. I've had to write them down. So if you're interested in spirit portraits, go on that group. We have quite a lot of spirit artists and training spirit artists and wannabe spirit artists posting images that they've got on there for people to take. So that's Online Spirit Portraits and Messages group. There's the Online Spiritualist Church Services group. So if you're interested in finding out any events that are on, please go to that. There's a whole load of events on every day. If you want a massive list of 50, 60 events every day, then I do a daily list for £5 a month. And you can have that list sent to you every day. Obviously different lists, and they're from all around the world, from Australia, from UK, from Canada sometimes, from America, loads from America. So if you're interested in finding all of those, then that's £5 a month. That's on my website. And also there's the Spiritualist Church and venue-based events group, and that loads of spiritualist churches again from around the world advertise their services. So go on there and see whether there's a one local to you. Okay. Right. Unicorn, Jamie. Oh, you did choose the unicorn. Okay. Let's show everybody the unicorn, because you've said how beautiful it is. So let's get it up there. There we are. Isn't he beautiful? Okay. Obviously, unicorn, a mythical creature, and therefore very much a spiritual creature, mystical one that walks beside you. Okay. You're somebody that's guided by intuition, I want to say. Okay. I'm being led back to Harry Potter again. Again, in Harry Potter, the unicorn is a sign of purity, and it's not just Harry Potter, but unicorns throughout the ages have been seen as a sign of purity. And the fact of killing a unicorn, which Voldemort did to be able to survive in his half-life state. Yes, I do know an awful lot about Harry Potter, sorry. He sucked the blood of a unicorn. And I'm being led into talking about all of that for you, Jamie, because you would understand where you've been in a situation where you feel that somebody has been like Voldemort, evil. Okay, you feel that person is an evil person, like Voldemort, and personifies all negativity. And your way of being able to combat that is by attracting the unicorn. But in the same way, unicorns are mystical, mythological. so is pure evil. It doesn't exist. One of the creatures that I was going to put in here was the Balrog from Lord of the Rings, but it's still in copyright, so I couldn't. And the Balrog for me personifies that evil in the same way Voldemort is, because throughout the ages, our stories that we tell ourselves as human beings have good and evil, have these definite good and definite evils, and they forget and lose the fact actually all of us are kind of grey. They've got a mixture, that we can all be capable of doing unkind, unnice, evil things, and we can all be capable of doing beautiful, good, incredible, beautiful things for other people. And what it comes down is choices. That's Harry Potter. What it comes down to choices. The choices that we make are the important things in life. We've all got the capacity to be evil. We've all got the capacity to be good. And it is the choices that we make. You don't know who the evil person is, though. Okay. Right. Would you, okay, if you're not seeing it as a person, would you see it as a external thing to yourself, that either politically or yeah, politically? So like, people can often say that capitalism is evil, or people can say that Pol Pot, his regime was evil, and the Nazis were evil, that kind of thing. That groups, nations are evil. Would you understand it in that context, that you've been viewing a group or a political movement or that kind of? Okay, well, if it's not making sense, Jerry, don't worry. Just be aware that I've said this about things not, don't worry about things not being black and white. That when you broke down the Nazis, there were individual people, yeah? And when you break down any society, they are made up of individual people making individual choices. And we are all responsible personally for those choices we make, not a group, okay? If we choose to be aligned to a group, then we are responsible for our choices that we make while we're part of that, okay? Just be aware that I've said that, okay? Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. If you're interested in me doing an email totem reading for you, you can buy one on my website for £4.50. Okay, not a lot, but all the money that I make, whether it's on this group, whether it's my subscribers group and all the rest of it, it is just to keep these lives going. I have stupid amounts of StreamYard costs and Zoom costs because I provide Zoom for different groups that need it. And it all costs, the fact that I've got a blue tick to stop scammers pretending to be me, that costs. It just goes on. So all the money I make from the little books, all the money that I make from readings and things like that, just goes to supporting all of this. Okay. I've got a nice little pension, so I'm fine. And it's my giving to all of you. Thank you for coming along tonight. And remember, we've got readings every day, and we've got healing every day at 6 o'clock as well. So thank you for joining me tonight, and look after yourself. Night, night.